Hi everybody, Eric here with another video. Today we're spotlighting again Women's History Month, and today I'm spotlighting three women who stepped up during one of the worst national disasters, which was once it came into western North Carolina, the tropical storm Helene, and then the aftermaths. The flooding was the worst in history. Loss of life, loss of property, total destruction, the rerouting of rivers, highways broken, streets unable to get to, and things like that. And so three women stepped up, and they were chosen from USA Today for Women of the Year 2025, and I'm spotlighting them today. And so let's get into it. Here are the pictures of them. On the far left is Katie McMullen. In the middle is Corinne, I believe, Corinne Duncan. And the far right is Jen Hampton. So let's dive in a little bit of information about each one of them, and then I will link the article in the description. There will not be a link to the videos. The videos are embedded in the article, so you can hear in their own words. Also, the reason I'm also not doing that, one of the videos that I put on my channel, I was flagged for copyright issues, and I couldn't figure it out, but it was the music that was embedded in the video. And so I thought that I was going to have to redo it, but all I had to do was silence the music. And so now all I'm doing is linking the article with the interviews information to the description of the video. And but once you pull up the article, you can see under each person their picture and their video information in their own words. Okay, so just as a reminder before I go this is Katie McMullen, Corinne Duncan, and Jen Hampton. All right. And this article was done by Asheville Citizens Times. So during Tropical Storm Helene and the immediate aftermath of the worst flooding Western North Carolina has endured in a century, countless people sprang into action for their communities. Here are the stories of three women. In Swannanoa, Katie McMullen swam into floodwaters with an extra life jacket to save a neighbor clinging to a tree who was quickly dropping into hypothermia. Now McMullen continues still to run a pop-up supply center entirely on her own out of her backyard since week 2 after Helene, ensuring neighbors have the supplies they need to weather freezing temperatures while rebuilding. In the River Arch District, Corinne Duncan helped an artist across the street move their artwork from the flooded studio into her 2-story apartment complex when Helene hit. 2 days later, Duncan and her team from Buncombe County's election services got to work, affording citizens every opportunity to vote in an historic election 5 weeks after the storm. In Asheville's public housing, Jen Hampton quickly organized mutual aid workers to bring supplies to those without food and water, seeing a flyer sent to tenants days after the storm, reminding them October rent was still due, even though they had just suffered the worst disaster. She knocked on every single door in 3 public housing complexes, collecting over 300 signatures for a petition against the city's housing authority. Even after the housing authority of the city of Asheville paused filing new evictions, Hampton, the housing and wages organizer for the nonprofit Just Economics, continued to push for a larger eviction moratorium for the Western North Carolina residents, similar to that during the COVID-19 pandemic. there's just a nutshell of the information about these three women. So bravo to these women, what they did during and after, and still continue to do to help the citizens of Western North Carolina. As a reminder, I will link the article from Asheville Citizen Times in the description of the video, and there will be 3 videos for each of the women who were spotlighted embedded in the article. So thank you for viewing, and as always, please share this video for other people if you think they would be interested in knowing about the work of these 3 women in Western North Carolina, or any of the videos that I do. The purpose of this is to educate people. Every time I learn something, I want to share it. And so it does not cost anybody anything who watches one of my videos and like them, share them, and then if you feel so moved to, please subscribe. It helps my videos go up the chain through YouTube's algorithm process, so that other people will be able to see my videos. But again, today is Friday, as the people on WCNC say. Get outside. It's warm, a little windy, but it's warm. Wear a mask if the pollen bothers you, because they said that we were getting pollen from Georgia and from South Carolina, and all the pollen, and it's one of the worst years it's been. But enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the weekend. It's going to be warm. Like I said, it's going to be windy. But try to get your vitamin D this weekend. All right. So we'll see you on the next video.